Welcome to Spiritual Astrology. I'm Allison Taylor-Moseley, and today we are going to discuss the astrological energies and transits for August 18 to August 23rd. This week brings in a lot of new energy because the sun enters Virgo, and this brings in a lot of earth energy to help keep us grounded. We're in eclipse season right now. We just had a very powerful new moon solar eclipse at 20 degrees Leo on August 12. Venus is still in a sextile with Jupiter from yesterday, August 17. Today is August 18, and that energy is still going strong, and this is expanding your desires big time. So there might be something that you really want, really desire, but Mars is still in a square to Neptune, and this can cause you to kind of hold back on something. But there is big go for it energy in the air. And if you're hoping to start being more productive, well, that is in the cards this week because, like I said, the sun changes signs and enters Virgo on Saturday, August 22nd, or the 23rd, depending on where you are on the planet. Also this week, Chiron is active because the sun trines Chiron, and the North Node sextiles Chiron. So there could be some big healing themes that come through over these next few days, or a bigger understanding about how you can face your insecurities, and you might find the answers that you need to move past any hesitations this week. Thursday, August 20, Venus starts forming an opposition to Saturn, and that goes exact the following day, Friday, August 21st. So you want to locate 14 degrees Libra and 14 degrees Aries in your chart. Saturn has been at 14 degrees Aries since she started her retrograde back July 26. And she was at that 14 degrees when all the outer planets formed that unique and rare basket configuration between Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, and then Saturn and Jupiter. So now we have Venus in Libra opposing that Saturn at 14 degrees Aries. And this is where something serious comes in. It could be related to your long-term goals and your accomplishments and what you're trying to achieve next. Think about what you're working towards. Saturn in Aries has work to do, things to take care of. But that Venus in Libra wants pleasure and harmony, and her desires are being amped up by that sextile to Jupiter. So you might feel that your desires are just out of reach, pleasure's on hold, so you can focus on your responsibilities or duties to something. Also, relationships can feel distant or out of reach. Saturn can sometimes bring in a negative, fearful, or pessimistic attitude, but she's in Aries, so she has a little bit more bounce to push ahead, and that Venus opposition that Venus is making can bring in balance to anything that's out of balance in your routine or keeping you from focusing on your goals. Saturn's in her fall in Aries, and she can't move on things as fast as she wants to, and she must be responsible and patient, and that's not easy in that fast-moving, impulsive sign of Aries. So that opposition from Libra shows a desire. It shows you something you want. And Saturn says, not today, there's work to do. So if there is something you really want, something that you've been chasing, something that's been pulling at your heartstrings, on Thursday and Friday, August 20 and 21st, you might feel like it's a little out of reach. And that can bring up some negative feelings and sadness and frustration or even impatience. But Saturn in Aries is learning to be patient for things that are worthwhile do take time to build. So this week is a good time to focus on work, on your daily responsibilities, and the grind. And then Saturday, August 22nd, the sun enters Virgo. Now, I personally love Virgo season because it's when the sun goes through my 9th house. The sun has its joy in the 9th house, plus my chart ruler is in the 9th house. My chart ruler is Saturn and Virgo. So if you have any planets in Virgo, the sun will conjunct those planets and seed a new cycle. Virgo season is a productive time of year. It's a time to focus on your health, your diet, your routine, upgrade them so you have better flow, so you can be healthier, so you can be more efficient. Maybe there are new responsibilities that you'll be taking on and you need to make shifts in your routine. You might see changes in transportation, how you get around, your commute. If you have any routines in your life that are creating a bottleneck or you're wasting time, Virgo season is an ideal time to reduce anything that's causing you to lose time, waste energy, money. Your daily routine can improve or change for the better to accommodate any new responsibilities you might be taking on. And Virgo is about our responsibilities to others, like our pets, our kids, our job. Virgo is a service-oriented sign, and they like to be useful. And Virgos have a lot of skills that they can use to help others. And Virgo season is when the sun is shining a light on how you can improve things around you and in your own life. Virgo's about work. It's about your skills, self-improvement, and you can have a breakthrough this Virgo season around how you can improve your health, your diet, your routine. Maybe you want to learn something new, improve your skills, improve anything in your life through self-improvement. Virgo season reminds us to pay attention to your body, not just your health, but how we're moving energy through us. Virgo's an earth sign, and it's focused on tangible, real-world results and events. But the opposite of Virgo is Pisces. And this is where you detach from the real world, detach from reality and earthly matters and go higher and tap into your intuition and what we're sensing. And Virgo can use this to navigate what comes through the body. So if you have like gut issues or health problems, it can often be balanced out by looking at your mental health, which is a Pisces theme. And letting go of what you can't control will allow energy to come in that maybe you've been resisting, especially if that energy comes with a spiritual message. And it allows endings that are necessary so you can up-level and evolve in this lifetime, improve our lives, not get stuck in overwhelm and confusion and disappointment, paranoia, self-pity. Those are the things that Pisces can bring through. And Virgo can be a warrior as well. So it's definitely a good time to find balance between our physical health and our emotional health and looking at how we can improve our lives, how we manage our energy, our worries, our fears, and knowing when to let go of things and focus on what's in front of you. That's what Virgo's good at. Now, with the sun being in Virgo, she now answers to Mercury, who's in Leo, but Mercury is going to enter Virgo August 24th. Mercury in Leo was a key player in the eclipse. So any ideas that came up at the eclipse or in the past few weeks, that Mercury in Virgo is going to help you attain that by putting your ideas into a real plan that works. Virgo knows how to organize things, create a plan with action steps to help you not only get to your goal, but get there on time. And so with Sun and Mercury entering Virgo over this next week, and Mars separating from her square to Neptune, you can expect things to get a lot clearer as far as what direction to take, what to pursue, what's worth your time, where you want to focus your energy and drive. Mars in Cancer is motivated by her feelings and a desire to protect herself, and she can be defensive or self-protective in Cancer, and it can bring up sensitivities about private matters that Mars in Cancer is focused on, either a home or family-related matter, or maybe private emotional things that are coming up. There's a lot of air and fire in the sky, so if you have a lot of natal planets in water and earth, you might feel you have to move faster than you're used to, or make decisions on the fly, and that can feel overwhelming for some people. And that Mars and Cancer might want to hide in their shell, but the energy is actually calling for the opposite. So after the sun enters Virgo on the 22nd, the sun trines Chiron the next day on Sunday, August 23rd. So locate 0 degrees, 41 minutes Virgo and Taurus in your chart. This is where you can tap into an answer, perhaps about your health, about what direction you need to go in regarding healing your body or healing something deeper, like insecurities that you have, or maybe self-improvements that you want to make in your life. That sun trine Chiron brings in light. It can show you how to find peace in the simplicity. That's Chiron and Taurus. But this can also give you stability, because this is an earth sign, and we need that. Taurus is where you tap into what you want and how you're going to get it and build it. And Virgo is about the details, the improvements that you can make, and how you can build more strength and self-worth. That's what this is going to help you do. This can be very healing. It can be supportive. It can be grounding. And at first, it might even come through as an insecurity and then a solution or remedy. It can also help your relationships. Sun trine Chiron, especially if you're building something, just met somebody, if there's any insecurities or doubts, Sunday, August 23rd, when the sun trines Chiron, you might get the answers that you need. We have a lunar eclipse coming up August 28th at 5 degrees Pisces, and it's going to be a full moon. So that indicates more endings, plus it's in Pisces, so it's an even bigger ending and release. And it's the last series of eclipses in the Pisces-Virgo axis. So this one feels like it's really going to bring big endings. And that occurs Friday, August 28th, and I'll have a podcast for that. This month and in September, a lot of people will have a big karmic release or karmic event in their lives. It really depends on your chart. Like I said, that next eclipse is a lunar eclipse happening at 5 degrees Pisces. So if you have planets or points that aspect that in your natal chart, you might have a really big breakthrough. Virgo season can show you where to focus your energy and get the most done, and that can be really helpful right now. Just managing the energy at hand and not allowing things to get chaotic and overwhelming, because those eclipses create chaos and change and disruption. But you need to allow the dust to settle before you know where you can pick up the pieces and build something new. And so this Virgo season is just a great time to just focus on what's in front of you. Maybe get your health in order, get in shape, start a new healthy routine. You know, focus on self-improvement, learning new skills or improving the ones you have. Virgo season is where we trim the fat and remove excess so we can be productive. And that could be literal weight you could be losing, but it could also be emotional weight. Or it could just be deciding to not take on responsibilities that you used to take on and letting that go. If you've been making big plans or you have big ideas, you can take a harder look at those with these Virgo energies, because it can help turn those creative ideas that were developed in Leo season into something that works in real life. So if you've been carrying anything around that's not healthy, it's time to let that go, and that might happen over these next few weeks. Virgo is about health, efficiency, productivity, managing your energy. And the healthier you are, the better prepared you are to make the rest of this year count. So if you have a big goal you want to accomplish, you can revive that by simplifying your life, focusing on what matters, creating a plan with action steps, and focusing on what's in front of you. So I hope this is helpful. I hope that you are looking forward to Virgo season. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon. Take care.